Tina Clayton's 10.81 makes her the third fastest woman over the 100 meters for the 2025 season. So, does that mean she is the sleeper going into Worlds 2025? Plus, the greatest of all time, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, is now located in her new office. And bad news for Gabby Thomas. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button. We continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video. This one today in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. And ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, the third fastest woman of all time, the only woman to have won 5 World Championships titles in the women's 100 meters, and the greatest of all time, according to us here at Peter Lloyd World, and many, many others. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce posted this to her social media pages, saying she's in her new office. Well, she actually said the office today, but we're saying she's in her new office, which we think means she's now in Tokyo training. The Tokyo World Championships 2025 takes place from the 13th of September 2025 to the 21st of September 2025. And of course, we here at Peter Lloyd World, we will be covering it. Look, people, I know I've been a little inconsistent, but a whole heap of things are going on. But we will definitely be consistent for this. This is the biggest deal, and I think Jamaica is going to do a lot better than many of you believe. The Paris Olympic Games women's 200-meter champion, Gabby Thomas of the United States, has bowed out of participating at this year's World Championships due to injury. As reported here, Olympic champion Gabby Thomas will miss this month's track World Championships with an Achilles tendon injury she's been dealing with since May. Thomas, the American who won the 200-meter sprint in Paris and was on both the 4x1 and 4x400-meter gold medal relay teams, said she exasperated the injury in July. Quote, "I understand that it will be disappointing for some track fans to hear this news, but I've finally come to the realization that it's okay to be human and take care of myself," Thomas said in a statement sent out Tuesday to announce the news. World Championships runs from September the 13th to the 21st. The last time we saw Gabby Thomas run was at the USATF Track Championships in the women's 200 meters finals. The final was won by Melissa Jefferson Wooden in a time of 21.84, with Aneva Battle coming second in 22.13, and Gabby Thomas took third in 22.20. A snail's crawl for someone of Gabby Thomas's caliber.
Jefferson Wooden ahead of the field. Aneva Battle had a nice run, but now she's losing ground. Gabby Thomas trying to get in the mix, but she will.
People, the 200 meters, women's 200 meters finals is going to be very interesting. And of course, we will be doing a video on our predictions for that race. At the Prefontaine Classic early this year, we saw the national champion of women's 100 meters, Tina Clayton, as well as Africa's fastest, Marie Toulouse Smith. And the two favorites going into the women's 100 meters, Julian Alfred and Melissa Jefferson Wooden, battle. This, of course, was at the Prefontaine Classic in the women's 100 meters. In this instance, it was Jeffrey Wooden, the American, who walked away inches ahead of the St. Lucian, with Tina Clayton of Jamaica taking fourth behind Toulouse Smith.
Jefferson Wooden gets out sharper than Alfred. Richardson gets left a little bit. Clayton trying to get into it, but the Olympic champion just trying to get ahead. But Jefferson Wooden is hanging on at the moment. The American has got it. And look at the time, 10:75. Jefferson Wooden continues what's...
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Now, in the finals of the Diamond League at Zurich, it was Julian Alfred who won the 100 meters ahead of Tina's sister Tia Clayton, who will not be representing in the individual 100 meters for Jamaica, as well as Great Britain's Dina Asher-Smith and Talu Smith. Julian Alfred ran 10.76 to take the win ahead of Jamaica's Tia Clayton, who ran 10.84 to take second. Talu Smith came third with 10.92, and Asher-Smith came fourth with 10.94. This was at the Zurich Diamond League, the finals of the Diamond League for 2025.
And Clayton, Dina Asher-Smith, McCoy in 8.
Right.
Alfred gets a pretty good start, so does Jason Sears right next to her as well. And look at Clayton. Clayton's there trying to take it on. It's Clayton Alfred, but Alfred goes away now. Alfred gets the meter, 10.75. Very, very impressive.
Now, early in the year at the Jamaican National Championship in the finals of the women's 100 meters, as I said earlier, Tina Clayton became the Jamaican National Champion and set a new personal best in the process in the women's 100 meters final, running a very impressive 10.81, which makes her the third fastest woman over the 100 meters for the 2025 season. So, according to World Athletics, the three fastest women in the world, of course, Melissa Jefferson with 10.65, Julian Alfred with 10.75, and Tina Clayton, third fastest with 10.81, and her sister Tina Clayton, fourth fastest with 10.82. Unfortunately, as I said earlier, Tia Clayton, will not be representing in the individual women's 100 meters, but her sister Tina Clayton will be. Now, if we look fundamentally at the numbers, Tina Clayton's 10.81, as I said, makes her the third fastest woman in the world for the 2025 season. And therefore, she is the person who is most likely to hit that podium. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. So, is Tina Clayton the sleeper, meaning she could squeak by and take the win, or take second, or take third in the women's 100 meters at this year's World Championships if she makes the finals, which I'm pretty certain once she's injury-free she will. So, what do you think? Here are my thoughts. This, of course, is my 2 cents. Look, the only challenge I have with Tina Clayton not being on the podium is the lack of experience. As I said in previous videos, Tina Clayton is where her sister was last year, which is one of the reasons why I had hoped that both twins would have made the team, meaning Tina Clayton lacks the experience. And we have seen that in a few races that we have seen her run, Prefontaine and others. Now, clearly she's working at different phases of her race. Now, this is something that we know that MVP does. They work on the start, they work on the drive phase, they work at the finish, they work on different aspects of the race. So I believe that she's been running under instructions. But I also think she lacks the kind of experience that her sister Tia had at this level. Now, I'm not saying that Tina Clayton, because Tina Clayton has a lot more experience running on an international level, but this was in the under 20s, in the juniors. She has not been running that many races. Where she mostly started this year amongst the seniors. Now, I also know that she does get nervous before 100 meters, but I think of the two sisters, she traditionally was the more confident. Tia Clayton is supremely confident now because she knows what she's capable of doing. She has beaten several of these other athletes, so she knows that she can win. Tina Clayton has not yet won a Diamond League ahead of the likes of a Dina Asher-Smith or Alfred or these types of people. Her sister Tia has done it. Now, the only thing that could keep her off the medal podium would be this lack of experience. Nothing else. She has the speed, the drive, 10.81, third fastest woman this year. No one else has come close except for her sister Tia, who will not be there running in the individual women's 100 meters. We know that Tina is a big occasion performer. She does her best on the big occasions. She doesn't shrink. She doesn't back down. We know that's important. So the only barrier I see for her not making that podium would be nothing more than lack of experience. Now let's push this further. Could she win? All right, so 10.65 is a whole different level. We have only seen, I think, 5 women in recorded history, maybe 6 now, who has ever ran that kind of time. Jefferson, Jetta, I believe, the young lady who was disgraced, I can't remember her name. The 2 Jamaicans, of course, Elaine Thompson-Hira and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, as well as the world record holder, the great Flojo, aka Florence Griffiths Joyner. It will be a stretch for her to be able to. If Jefferson remains in this form, if Jefferson is able to maintain this insane form that she's been running for one of the longest seasons, track season recorded history, because the truth is I thought that she would have faded by now, but she's proven me wrong, so big up to her, kudos to her. So if Jefferson remains in this form, it is going to be very, very difficult for Tina Clayton to beat her. The truth is Tina Clayton would have to run a heck of a PB. And I am of the opinion that that race is going to be ran anywhere between 10.67, 10.66 to about 10.76. That's Julian Alfred and Melissa Jefferson. However, it's the women's 100 meters and anything can happen. Someone can be disqualified. Someone can have a slight injury. Someone can just have an off day. Someone can get out of the block slowly. So it's not an impossibility. The possibilities of Tina Clayton winning is about maybe 20%. Honestly, I have to be honest, people. I love Tina Clayton. I love my country, but I have to be honest. So it's not an impossibility. But the possibility of her making the podium is about 80%. She just needs to get by the psychological barrier. We saw what happened to her sister Tia Clayton last year, where she ran the 3rd fastest time in Paris in the women's 100 meters, but unfortunately she did that in the semi-finals. And then she admitted that she folded under the pressure in the finals. I don't know what kind of work MVP is doing with their sports psychologist on Tina Clayton, prepping her for this massive event, which she has not yet experienced. But like I said, one of the strengths of Tina is that she shows up on the big occasion. She's one of those people, she performs on the big occasion. So do I think she is a sleeper? Without a doubt. She should be on that podium based on the numbers and based on who she is, just her sheer personality. It's not going to be easy though. Dina Asher-Smith seems to be rounding into the right form finally, and Talou Smith is definitely rounding into the right form. I kind of believe that those 5 women, meaning Tina Clayton, Talou Smith, Asher-Smith, Jefferson Wooden, and Julian Alfred should be in that top 5, top 6. There may be 1 or 2 other persons, but those are the people I am seeing based on the most recent races. What has been odd about this year, and y'all have to understand, people, is that it's been a very long season. And because Jamaica had our national championship so early, 2 months before, it means the athletes kind of peaked and then they had to come and peak again, which is a kind of weird and very difficult thing to do. It's not impossible. We have seen athletes do it in the past. I'm also saying that Jefferson has been running these crazy times for quite some time, but people, I don't think she's going to fade. So for me, the top 4 should be, if we look at the numbers, it should be Wooden, Alfred. We don't know which one of the 2 because it depends on who shows up on the day. They both really want it. It should be Tina. It should be Talou Smith. Those should be the top 4. I'm not really making a prediction as yet, but that's what I'm seeing. So is Tina Clayton a sleeper? Without a doubt. Can she win? There's like a 20 to 25% possibility, which is not very high, but the fact that there's a possibility at all is incredible. But like I said, she has to overcome a deficit of 10.66 to 10.81, which is her PB. Her PB is 10.81. It's not impossible. Now, let's move on. Gabby Thomas. Really, really sad news. But it's just going to make the women's 200 meter even more exciting. Look out for a video on that, a prediction video. This is going to be one heck of a world championships, because I think you're going to see a lot of passing of the baton. There's going to be a lot of surprises, and there's going to be some not so surprises, to be very frank with you. But the women's 200 meters just got even more interesting. There's going to be a storm out there. And my prediction is going to surprise a lot of you. Sad for Gabby Thomas, however. The boss is in the building in Tokyo. I just did a video on her, and I'm going to say it to you again, do not count out Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Don't. The women's 100 meters, but this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to support the channel and check out our merch store at prettyfly.com. I see a few of you purchasing. Thank you very much. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!